Right, mates, I want to do a little bit of a channel update because I don't think I'm gonna upload Friday, so this is your one video for that day. So, um, I'm working on a documentary, and if you watched my previous videos, you would have already known that. It's about the presidential elections, the candidates themselves, the main issues during that, the voting process, and how close these elections were. So there's going to be a highly edited video, and I believe at the moment I started doing a PowerPoint presentation on it because I just wanted to see how many audiovisual resources I needed for this and how long it was going to be. Well, long story short, it's about 65 presidential elections, I believe. Let's do a quick calculation on that, shall we? Let's see. No, it's not 65 presidents. I think it's like 4, something in the high 50s, 62 or something, I think. If you want to do 1776, but that's not really the case. It's 1789 was the first, so 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, so 58, I think. Whatever, right? So there's a lot of shit to talk about, and especially the closer to modern day elections you go, the more, well, the more information there's available. So I'll definitely be working through those elections. I'll be working through the controversies as well, which means that I will be talking about the Johnson campaign spying on Barry Goldwater. I will be talking about the CIA framing Nixon for the Watergate scandal. I will be talking about electoral fraud in the case of the election that Henry Clay lost. I will be talking about the attempted fraud in 1860, as is in 1960, and I definitely will be covering 2020. So that's going to be a fun one. I'll only be using objective sources, of course, with myself being the most objective source in existence of the human race. Humble bragging, of course. Right, so the reason why I'm looking a little bit towards that direction is because OBS was crapping out earlier today. For some reason, it just completely froze the computer upon pressing the start recording button. I don't know what that program is doing these days. So if you have an alternative for that, I'd love that. Same goes with additional resources and Photoshop and recording software, editing software. I think I need a little bit more of a tool set for that. As of course a microphone, because as soothing as my voice is right now, I think it could be a little bit better in quality if we were to get nice and close. Have that suave voice and your soothing in your ear. So I think we can work with that. And yeah, for the rest, there's not really much to talk about regarding this documentary. I think rest of the updates, yeah, we can do that. Regarding medical stuff, if you watch the previous update, you know I have muscle disease, which is fucking horrendous. Which means that there's not really much energy left anyway. So usually I was to go exercising, but this week I'm a little bit under the weather, so I'm not. Mainly doing heavy weightlifting, trying to get strength back. because that was my first priority. But now I just find out that I don't have any energy left. So I do the exercises, I get back home and I'm completely wrecked. And there's nothing really I can do for the rest of the week. That's horrendous. I used to go swimming as well, as cardio, to see if I can get more energy, but it turns out that if I were to swim, let's say, a nautical mile, which I was capable of doing in about, what, hour and a half, maybe 2, I would just be completely wrecked for the remainder of the day, and that's not really a way to live. So, there's a significant problem there, and I don't think I'm capable of fixing that. Nor do I think any doctor's capable of doing it either. So, there's not really anything else regarding medical updates. Okay, now this feels shit. I got 2 more Doom 2 videos coming up, I think Saturday and Sunday. I'm just kind of looking for video games as a way to judge whether I am physically capable of, well, fine motor skills. I think that's a way to say it most efficiently. And furthermore, as a way to kind of distract. But yeah, I used to be playing like things like Call of Duty, mainly the zombies. I used to be capable of playing that for like a full day, and now I'm lucky if I can get an hour in. Just feels shit. It feels horrible. So that's everything laid bare. I always pride myself on transparency. So I'll tell you exactly how it is, what it is. And if you want any more information, you can just ask. And I'll respond to you in a timely fashion. So, the reason why I'm exclusively uploading to YouTube is actually very simple. It's a wider audience, literally. Rumble doesn't have the audience, nor does it push any users outwards. And I haven't done the analysis yet because I haven't visited Rumble in like 6 months. But what I can tell is that even the most basic videos that I made, and it was almost 2 years ago now, regarding the midterm elections. Here on YouTube they get it like 10 views, and on Rumble it was 0. So obviously they don't recommend videos or put out videos of those that aren't of the preferred content creator variety. Now there are also a bunch of videos on Rumble that don't, sorry, there are some videos on my channel that here on YouTube that don't exist on Rumble. For an example, one, my reaction to Trump's announcement for his election this year. That video is an hour and a half, and I go through the first third of it. I'm literally using the Rumble live stream and reacting to it, and for some reason Rumble is like, yeah, we don't want you to spread this video, we don't want you to upload your reaction, which was clearly transformative in nature, as in a 2-to-1 margin. For every 1 minute that I was listening to Trump's speech, I was speaking for 2. But Rumble didn't want it. Another video that doesn't exist on Rumble is my presidential tier list, which I made like as a random video after the midterms a little while. And at that point, I was a little bit starting with the documentary, which means that most of the information that I had at the possession at the time was a bit outdated and was more of a whatever I remembered from history class, from American history. So was a little basic, was a little outdated in most cases. And the funny part about this was that video doesn't exist because even in that video I completely thrashed Lincoln. And apparently the people at Rumble don't like that. So yeah. And then there's this auto upload feature in Rumble, in which case you can that it automatically uploads anything from a link channel up until Rumble, and it just stopped working like 8 months ago. Which means that the last video you're gonna see is the video on abortion that I made, which was essentially just a comparison between the states and then comparing it with Europe. I think it's about an hour long. A lot of data, a lot of statistics, so a lot of data stuff, a lot of dry talking, some mistakes here and there, and I think about it when I kind of want to remake all that old stuff, except for the midterms, because who cares about the midterms that were 2 years ago, where the Republican Party clearly sabotaged themselves. So I just keep rambling on because there's not really anything else to say. And the funny part about this is you're an absolute fucking legend if you're still watching. Based on retention times, because last time I checked, the average retention is about 2 minutes. No wonder. So thank you kindly for watching. Till the next update. See ya.